students. Now by this video let us study about the allotropic forms of sulfur which belongs to the p block elements too. Hello students. Now by this video let us study about the allotropic forms of sulfur which belong to the 16 group elements, the chalcogens of unit 3 p block elements too. So by looking into the allotropic forms of sulfur, sulfur exists in both crystalline form as well as the amorphous form. So by looking to the difference of this amorphous and crystalline form, in crystalline form the constant ions are arranged in an orderly manner. So the range of order is very long in the case of crystalline, whereas in amorphous the constant ions or atoms or molecules, they are not arranged properly, irregular arrangement, and the range order is short range order. Right? So crystalline allotropic forms, I can give you the example like sodium chloride, NaCl, diamond is all example for crystalline. Whereas for amorphous, example like plastic, glass, etc. Fine. So here, even in the case of sulfur also exists as amorphous allotropic form of sulfur. Similarly, crystalline allotropic form of sulfur. So amorphous is like plastic sulfur. It is also called as gamma sulfur, milk of sulfur, and colloid sulfur. So these are the three types of allotropic sulfur which comes under amorphous form. Whereas the crystalline form like rhombic sulfur, monoclinic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur is also called as alpha sulfur, and monoclinic sulfur is also called as beta sulfur. Fine. So regarding the monoclinic, rhombohedral, all these we will study in another unit called the solid state in chemistry. Okay. So that we will study it later on. Now let us understand rhombic alpha sulfur. So rhombic alpha sulfur means this sulfur is having the rhombohedral structure. Okay. So alpha is nothing but alpha, beta, gamma, they are the edges. So by looking at the three-dimensional structure of this rhombohedral, yes, so they are like this. Yes, so these are the edges. So A, B, C, and angle between these edges. So that is your alpha, beta, gamma. Okay. So while studying the shapes of the three-dimensional shape of the crystalline, you will understand what is exactly the rhombic structure. So like this, 7 primitive structures are available, so that we will study later on. Fine. Now timing, understand the rhombic sulfur is also called as alpha sulfur, and it is in the stable form. Thermodynamic stability is at room temperature and pressure. Okay. So while looking into the color of this rhombic sulfur, they are yellow in color, and this rhombosulfur is made up of sulfur 8 molecules. Yes, 8 sulfur atoms combined together and form molecule. So that S8 molecule is your rhombic sulfur, and this rhombic sulfur, when we heat above 96 degrees Celsius, this rhombic sulfur will get converted into monoclinic sulfur. So monoclinic is also another 3D structure of a primitive cell in the crystalline cells, okay, crystalline forms. So when rhombic sulfur or alpha sulfur, it is heated above 96 degrees Celsius, it is getting converted to monoclinic sulfur. So likewise, when it is cooled below 96 degrees Celsius, then again it is converting back to the alpha sulfur. So this interconversion is based on the temperature. So above 96 degree, it gets converted into monoclinic, and below 96 degree again revert back, reverse reaction from monoclinic back to alpha sulfur. Okay. Now let us look next to the monoclinic sulfur. So monoclinic sulfur, it is also composed of 2 types of molecules of sulfur. So it is sulfur 8 molecules and sulfur 6 molecules. Okay. So sulfur 6 and sulfur 8 combine together to form the monoclinic sulfur. So here they are stable. Their stability is between 96 degrees back into the alpha sulfur or rhombic sulfur. Fine. Now looking into the monoclinic sulfur. Monoclinic sulfur is also called as prismatic sulfur. Why is it called like prismatic sulfur? Because this monoclinic sulfur, they looks like a long needle of prism. Okay, so long needle like prism is seen. So that's why this monoclinic sulfur is also called as prismatic sulfur. Then this molten sulfur, that means sulfur which is melted, molten sulfur, pour it into cold water. So what happens? They get converted into yellow rubbery ribbon like sulfur, like structure. Okay. So this is plastic sulfur. So likewise the plastic sulfur is obtained. Now this plastic sulfur is very soft and they can be stretched easily. Fine. So this is the way how the molten sulfur is getting converted into plastic sulfur. Okay. So molten monoclinic sulfur, molten form, pour it into cold water, then it forms yellow ribbon rubbery like sulfur called as plastic sulfur, and this sulfur is very soft and they can be stretched because they are rubbery in nature, so they can be stretched. Okay. Then the same plastic sulfur, when we keep it for some time while standing, that means slow cooling, they become again hard and changes back into the rhombic sulfur. Understanding? Yes. So next one, sulfur can be also existing as liquid and gaseous state. So liquid sulfur, that is monoclinic sulfur at 140 degrees Celsius. This monoclinic sulfur melt. So when they melt, what do they form? They form liquid sulfur, that is pale yellow liquid sulfur. So that sulfur is lambda sulfur. So this yellow in color. So this liquid sulfur, they contain 90% of sulfur 6, sulfur 7 and sulfur 8 molecules. Okay, S6 molecule, S7 molecule and S8 molecules are present 90% in the liquid sulfur. That is nothing but your lambda sulfur. Okay, whereas remaining 10%, that is small amount, 10% what is present? S2 molecule, S3 molecule, S4 molecule, S5 molecule. Okay, so S2, S3, S4, S5 molecule, they are present in remaining 10% of the molecule. That means they are present in trace amount. Okay, so monoclinic sulfur, they are also called as prismatic sulfur. Monoclinic sulfur can be converted into plastic sulfur. Yes, then monoclinic sulfur on cooling, that means they exist as a liquid. Sulfur exists as liquid and gaseous state. So monoclinic sulfur at 140 degrees Celsius, they become lambda sulfur, and this lambda sulfur contains 90% of S6, S7 and S8 molecule and trace amount of S2, S3, S4, S5 molecules. Fine. So that's it all about the allotropic forms of sulfur. Hope you understood. Thank you so much.